Hey there, hello there. Welcome to Area 51 Raceway and Happy New Year to everybody. We're here at the hangar and we're at the oval today. We're going to run Pat's car. I finished it like 5 minutes before midnight last night. I had to get on the interior and do some things to it and kind of get the holes drilled for the body and, for the mounting plates and, you know, just test run it and put all the little interior bits stuff like that, paint it real quick. So I got the car done and it's ready for the showdown. It's on the track. I just want to show everybody. I know everybody in Australia, it's a whole different time over there, so I don't expect them to be here, especially Pat from what he's going through. But this car is built for Pat for the showdown, and it's just a car to as a gift to him. But we want to see it race in the showdown series in the winter race that's coming up in middle of January or toward the end of January. I can't remember which is in a few weeks. So if you haven't finished your builds, I suggest doing it right away within at least a week or two, because if it gets there late, when they're not going to race it, because there's a deadline, and I've had that happen to me where the mail was late and I couldn't, you couldn't enter a car. So that's how it is. It's happened to me. So make sure you get everything done and all set. The Again, I know some people are asking about the 3A 3D bodies that are coming out. Those will be there mid-January. I'm finishing up the last prints. I have the box ready to ship out tomorrow, so we got to give Steve a chance to, when he takes them out, he has to put them in this packaging and stuff. He does all that, and it takes time. And people don't realize that Stock Car Corner is, just two people that are running it, and they deal with all the shipping and the separating of little parts and stuff like that. So it's really important that you understand that, it takes a little time to do all that and get everything done. And trust me, it's a lot. So we got a couple guys here, and I appreciate it. We got Chris. We got HSF Racing. There's HSF Racing. Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. And we have Andy and Ruben Racing. Cool. Yeah, all right. So you're saying mates. I'm assuming you're from Australia. When I hear mate, I think Australia or maybe England. I don't know. It's just about. So thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Got Mark B. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Got a couple of people here, so I'm gonna show the car right up here. I got it right over here. Let me move it up here. Like to grab easier. And so this is Pat's car. So this is a 3A 3D body. So this is currently available. This is the Nova. This is an actual dirt car. What it looks like with the wing and all. I put this one together for Pat. Uh, it's got a little ski wampus on the body, because when I mounted it, I kind of drilled a little bit off too much center. But in essence, it really looks like a dirt car, because dirt cars were not perfect. But this is it. As you can see, this was made by the Hager's printer, and has all the labeling from the printer. So you can see the Race 25 and the Showdown, Show Me Showdown, the 25. That is all 3D printed up. It's embossed, or how would you say, raised up in the front. It says Home Racing World, and it's got the 25 also in the headlight where I put it. And I got put the Australian flag, which I had to wait a while for, which is in the front. But just basically just a fantasy car. It's just something that's fun. This has the 3A 3D wheel inserts, which they should be available pretty soon when Steve gets the cars out. I sent him 80 pieces, so that's for 20 cars. And then the little dots are to simulate white letters. Now that is an old trick that Harry did. It's called the toothpick trick. The toothpick trick is something that is, that has been around for a long time. It's something that Harry taught me. And this is a message from Harry. Show me you got a haircut. But it's I used this. So Harry gave me these pens as a gift, and these are available on Amazon. I don't have the link, but they're called Big Thumbs Long Nib Marker, and I think they're for like woodworking and stuff. You can see it's got a refined point, and that's what I use to do on this. Before we would use a toothpick. This seems to work pretty good, but you could use the toothpick and craft paint, and you just dot the tires, and when it's going down the track, nobody knows the difference. Looks like white letters, going down. If you don't want to put a decal on, I did it this way to just make it as what we used to do before. You know, we started doing a decal. Some people don't want to decals, but it's totally up to you how you want to approach it. So with that being said, we have the car on the track. We're at 10 volts. I don't have the track counter set up. I did run some laps last night on it. It was like a 2 point, what was it? 2.8, 2.4, actually, something like that. I can't remember. It was doing pretty good. Got it all more or less settled in, so we'll give it a run here, and you can see everything on camera. I hope so, obviously. And looks like, let me see, make sure everything's working. Yeah, it is. Yeah, making sure my live feed is. You guys can hear me loud and clear, so. So who else we had join here? We had a couple guys join. We had Gladstone Gander. Yep. Happy New Year. We have Bill. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, sir. And we got Dave. How you doing, Dave? Happy New Year. And okay, you're from England, you said. Put on here, England. UK. All right, got you, Ruben. Andy and Ruben. So we're gonna run the car here, and we have it at 10 volts. It's a slot invasion guide, piano wire. This is slot car corner guide tongue. It runs pretty good. I think, as Harry says, this will hunt. Not bad. Holds on to the road real good, I'll tell you that. Or to the track, not the road. And the tires are CV design, 15 by 10s. So that's why they protrude out like that, make it simulate a dirt car. Because they had the wheel wells hogged out, and, obviously the big fat tires. The FFs, believe it or not, that FF means, and I hope none of those children are on the channel, fat fuckers. That's what that FF means, if you want to know what that acronym is. Fat fucker tires, and that's what these are. The FF tires, the 21, 1166, I think it is. FF. This thing. Now I've been running this by itself for about a good hour to break it in more, and now it seems to be picking up more speed. Really starting to get really good. But this thing is ready to go. It should do real well on Harry's track. Harry's got an extra 2 feet on my track, so. Yeah, this is fun to drive. I think Pat will enjoy this. I did take this down to Area 51's road course, and it does just fine there, too. Doesn't de-slot. It slides around, like a dirt car. It's a lot of fun on the road course down there. There you have it. All right. That thing runs good. I think we're looking at 2.4s on that. So, nice running there. Marty, how you doing? Happy New Year to you. Slot Car Dojo, Happy New Year, sir. How you doing? You see Slot Cars, hey, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for joining. No problem. Appreciate you joining real quick. I know everybody, this is a work day. I'm on a different schedule. But just wanted to do a live and just show Pat's car. This is, again, built for Pat, this Nova. And I could show you guys, there is a Facebook page if you're interested in just looking at some of actual dirt track cars. It's called Heart of Champions. It is on Facebook. Let me switch to the computer so I could show you what I'm talking about. And here we go. So this is called Heart of Champions. As you can see, there is the Nova right there. Exactly what we got, except for they got little ground effects there. Heart of Champion. There you go. This is a great page to go to if you want to reference a dirt track car. We're trying to do a lot of different things, like I said, to get 132nd cars built. But there's one right there you could build. That Nova, that's exactly what this car is, except without the ground effects on the side there. There's another picture of one over here, too. You can see here's another one without a wing. And there's a lot of different cars. And here's another one right here. See, it's got the front splitter, and there you go. That is what that model is. And those cars are available right now at Slot Car Corner, this Nova. And also the swoop nose Camaro, which is actually, if I could find a picture here, that one's kind of hard to find. You can see they have a Monza. That looks like a Monza dirt car. I don't think they really race Monza dirt cars, to be honest, but it's there. I think it's mainly modified stuff, but not sure if that is something there. But let's see when we go through other stuff. Again, now this is one particular car right here that we want to do. This is a Ford Fairlane. I think this is a '56. Now this will be a real sweet car right here to get in development to make, and this will be our next one that we want to do. And I saved these photos to send to our guy that helps us out with this, and let me save it to the desktop. And it's just really cool to have, excuse me, a lot of options that we could do with having somebody in our pocket to help us out. Here's an old Thunderbird, which is one we want to do later on as well. Here's the T-Bird, which they do have a 132nd Thunderbird right now in a model kit still, so you could make that one. There are very little 132nd kits. That's why we've really been going into the resin design and making them print. And here's the car that we recently going to release, right, or that we are going to release, not recently. This is basically a Richard Petty car, and this is an actual dirt car. And you can see the one that we have has all this. This is exactly modeled after this car, so this will be available in mid-January this year. So you just a lot of cool options. Let me see, we got more people on here I could say hello to. We got let me see what else got here. We have Brutal Brandon. Happy New Year, Brandon. Appreciate that. And then we have Cyberg. How you doing, Cyberg? Happy New Year to you, sir. And let's see, question. So we got a question from. Let's go back here real quick. We'll come back to the computer in a little bit here. I have a question from. Let me see. What the hell happened to everything? That I lost everything. Here it is. Here you go. A question from Brutal Brandon. Question: have you ever seen a 3-in-1 super modified? Uh, I'm not really versed on the modified cars, but if you, I could look one up. I know we do modifieds for the class for the race. They're the Strange Brew modified. So Strange Brew is one of the guys that we named the race after because he does a lot of modifieds. He does really nice jobs. Now he'll cut them down and section them and kind of he does really nice work and make them look like modifieds because he used to race them with Harry. That's what Harry used to race. It's modified and dirt cars, and they used to race together. So, uh, his name's Strange Brew is what we call him. I won't say his real name because it's not really important, but he's the one that really does a lot. We named them the series after it, but let me look up a 3-in-1 super, and I'll do that just to find out what you're talking about, so I don't seem too ignorant. But we can look that up, and let me go back to the computer again. And we'll get back to that page we were at. So again, this is the This is the car that we recently designed, and then we designed the Barracuda. And this is a cool page. It's got a lot of old stuff on there. Here's a Skylark. This is why some of these cars. That looks more like an NASCAR. I don't know why they have it in there, but they do put those in there too. So here's a modified '57 Chevy, which is one we want to do later on. And then you can see older cars here. This is really old cars here. They got 53 pictures, but I mean, this is a good page to go to. Here's a Camaro. This is second generation, which is pretty cool. And then there's another Dart. You see how wide the wheels are sticking out. And then you have a Chevelle, which we do have. This one will be available as well. The Chevelle. This one looks like a Chevelle 65. Don't know for sure. I can't tell. I have to look at the front. It looks like a bodied car, 60s. Here's a Nova. You can see how they cut everything right here. See, this is what's cool about this. You can really look at how they did stuff here. Look at how they cut that. They just got a saw and cut that. And if you could simulate that and then do this when you build a car, I mean, that's what's cool about it too. Look at how looks like they cut the roof at one point too because it kind of drooped down there. But that's pretty neat right there. That's a hell of a dirt car right there. That's pretty cool. And this is what we're trying to model all these after for the Showdown series. Here we go. This looks like a Buick. And there's an Oldsmobile. He even did those cars. Here's a 57. He even chopped the top on that one. And you got some old videos here of how those dirt cars used to run, which are pretty cool. This actually has sound. You can see how that was lifting up there. It's pretty cool, man, to see all this stuff. It's just one way of just you know just to take a look at it and get ideas. And you know, there you go. This now here's that. Here we go. Now that body is available. That's exactly what that's a dirt car. How they did that. That they didn't have a windshield. It had like a plastic uh, deal on there. Kind of like not a full piece windshield, but and a net. And I have that car right here, and it is available SCC if you want to get one. That's a cool photo of that. Really cool photo, and I'll show you right here real quick. And let me drop this down. Now that's this car right here. See, that's exactly what that car is. I'm glad they did those pictures there. See, now you can get this car and search it and get different ideas, or make your own fantasy livery. That's what's really cool about this. So I'll show you my Showdown car because I haven't finished it yet because I haven't put the inserts and the interior, but this is exactly what it is. Similar to that, I'll try not to tilt it and drop it on the floor like I did one time with my demon, my first demon. But this is what that car is right there. So you can build one of these. Get yourself a chassis kit, get this body, and then we have interiors. You're all set. All you have to do is the netting part, which is really easy. It's not much to it. And that's that car right there, which I got to finish. I'm going to finish that next week, and then I'll do a video on it. But that's the whole purpose of doing a lot of these things that we want to show you guys. Get up here. All right. So there's that car right there. And that's really cool. I like how they did these paintings. There's a Chevelle. So you can get ideas. There's another one right there. See how they put it all black and then they put rivets? You can do that as well. On the bottom, that looks like a pretty simplistic paint job. And then they have looks like they have also a clear wing. So, I mean, if you'd ever want to add a clear wing out of blister packs or something like that from the tires, or a piece of plastic from a bottle, you could do that. That gives you a lot of different ways of just trying stuff. Now, this one's not really a dirt car. That's all NASCAR. But you get the point what he's trying to do here. There's a Nova. That car's available. See how they're all not perfect? I mean, the ones we have available, they have a perfect arch. But, I mean, you can simulate by just cutting a little here and there and making it kind of crooked. Makes it more authentic. And there's a Camaro, which is one we'll do later on. So, I mean, this is cool. I like these. I'm going to save these. This is good examples of what I like to show everybody. And this one's cool. This one looks all rusted. But there you have it, man. That's what's neat about this little web page. Here you go. Here's another Oldsmobile. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Now these are the kind of things that Harry likes. This is exactly how you model. Look at this. It's not perfect. See? No dirt car is perfect. You even have a ski wampus cut there. You must screw it. That's the way they did it. They got these cars and chopped them up. These abandoned ones in the woods. So, I mean, it's just, the sky's the limit when you start looking at it. Here's this one, looks cool. See how cambered in that is? Then you get an air cleaner and plop it on there. That's what they did. Here's another old 57 Chevy. See how they have the windshield? Let's look at that more. I mean, you could simulate that with plastic and put lines or put a mesh in there. I mean, look at the front right here. There's a chain. There's mesh there. It's full of mud. I mean, that's what they did. This is a pretty cool looking car. It's just, you can get a lot of ideas from this page. This looks like a Ford Galaxy or like a 70s. There you go. And look at this Chevelle right here. That's pretty cool. Doesn't look much like a dirt. It looks more like an asphalt car, but you get the idea. It's just there's so much this page offers. That's more of a NASCAR asphalt racer there, obviously. And here's a Galaxy. See, that's pretty cool. Look at the cuts on that. They weren't perfect. So, I mean, it's just, a lot of cool stuff on here. You could look at this page. Look at that Nova. And you have a Charger. Here's Monte Carlo. And that looks like another Nova, I think. Hard to tell. It's a Camaro. old drag car. And there's another Ford Galaxy. We got another 57 there. Chevelle looks like 57. Talking about an old racer here. So this is it's pretty neat, what you could find on here. So this is a great reference if you want to go and look at stuff and take a look at it. There's another one right there. That one's more exactly what that car is right there. See, that's a real nice looking car. Those cars are sharp. See, you could put holes in there. Dave has done that with his 55. Got air in there. It's got the cowl induction. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do. It's just really, really nice how you could go through and look at the stuff and you just get ideas. Let me go and look for Herbie. See, this is a pretty cool video right here. Old dirt cars are showing. I haven't been paying attention to the comments, so I'm sorry. So let me see here. Go back to comments while you watch that. So, So Mark B, I finally resolved my soldering issues, completed my first midget. All right, cool. So now you have a basic idea what to do, and you can go from there. How you doing, Brandon Slot Cars? Thanks for joining us. John Tucci, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So I'm just talking about these. That's all. There's a modified. So I need to look up the 3-in-1. Oh, okay, there you go. 3 wheels on the outside and 1 on the inside. No, that one I don't know that one. It's like an offset one, isn't it? Brutal Brandon. I think that's what you're talking about. I can look at it. Try and look it up real quick. I'm gonna finish it. Here's a Buick. Some old cars out there. Now this one's cool. So here's a Plymouth. This is a 58 Plymouth. That's a badass looking freaking modified. Look at that. Make yourself a Christine one. Just won't be red. Now, just so you know, there are these bodies available through SCC as well. So I'm going to show you it right here, and this is where you could cut one up and make it look like that because we have the bodies available for it. This is the beauty of 3D printing. So here's that car. All you have to do is follow that picture, cut it up, do things to it, make it look like a modified, take the bumper off or whatnot. And these are available through SCC. So you can make a modified out of this. This is more work because you have to hog out the wheel wells, but remember, they weren't always perfect on these cars. That's kind of the beauty of it because they were just guys that are just going in the garage and cutting fenders and just making the wheels fit. And that's what they did. So that's a idea there if you want to check something out like that. And see that's really cool. The bumper's still there, the mirrors are gone. You just have to do a few things to just cut it out. I mean that's just so cool. I want to build one of those. That's just a neat looking car. I just like how they did the cutouts on it. I mean, you see right here, it's not perfect right there. Right there, there's a well, it's not perfectly round, but you know what? That's what these cars were. They weren't perfect. They were for racing. They made stuff fit. Let me go through here. There's a man. What is this one? I cannot tell what this one is. I cannot tell, and I don't know. I'm trying to look at the front end, but maybe a Buick because it has this scalpels here, but I'm not sure. Can you guys know? Let me know. That is cool looking. There's another car here. It looks like a Falcon. That's pretty cool. That one looks like a 56 maybe. There's a Chevelle again. I'm just going through these. There's a Duster. There's a Demon. That's my first. That's one of the builds I have sending to Harry right now. He should be getting it soon. You've seen videos on that. Another Chevelle. There you go. There. Now this is cool. There's one of those cars right there, the Camaro, 2nd gen Camaro. So you could look at these videos. There's a Demon. See how they did that? That's kind of cool how they did that. You could do something like that. See, that is a Demon. Looks like a Demon. You see how they cut it and then they put these over it. So you could get ideas like that. That looks really cool. It's just, you could just, this page is wonderful. It has a lot of good references for you to look at stuff. Now there's that that thing is just badass, man. That is a cool looking car. Oh my god, see they took the bumper off that one. The other one was white, this one's silver. I mean, damn, these bodies are available too, man, if you want to make something like that for the summer. Unless you could whip one up in the winter that quick. Here's another Dodge Demon. Like, look at that. Yeah, that is cool. And then they have the inside of it. That's pretty neat. Racing right there, boys. You see, there's just the net, and then plexiglass. These are asphalt modified cars. Pretty cool. I mean, that's just really nice. I like this page. It just shows a lot. See, look at all this. You could use this as a reference. There's a third generation Camaro. I think. I don't know if it's still second. There's a Nova. Another Nova. Chevelle. So there's that Dodge. This one, the Chevy looks like a Chevelle. And this car right here. Now this one is something we want to do. I have something similar to that. That's the green Fast Lap Challenge car that Marty ran. That green one. That's a Camaro as well. Monster Mash Classic. You can watch these videos, man. Look at more. Those are modified asphalt cars right there. There's a Falcon. I'm trying to go through these to show people more stuff. Look, another old demolition derby. Look at some more pictures here. I know they post a lot on here, so there's just a lot of good stuff to look at here. Look at that. Look how they did all that. I mean, you can make one look like that too. I mean, that's basically a real freaking dirt car that made out of somebody's garage. Again, no perfect cuts. I mean, it's just how they built them. Look at this one, smash bumper. Still run it. There's Fairlane. Cool. Look at that. Looks like a Buick or Pontiac, Toyota. I don't know if we want those in there. That looks like a rally car. Another Camaro. Here's a Maverick. There you go. See, Marty would be drooling over this one if Marty's still watching. See that, Marty? You get that body, and you have those pipes too. So there you go, Marty. Follow this right here. You cut them up a little bit more if you want to. And there you go. It's a Maverick modified. Save that one. In case he didn't watch this and he left because he's at work probably. And there's an example of a Maverick. Look at that. I like saving these pictures. They help. And let's see. There's more of these Camaros right there. Old photo. Chevelle. There's a ton of stuff in here. I'm just trying to go through and just it just goes on and on. So this is a great page. Again, it's called if you just go join it, it's just free. You just join it to not to own a card. It's called Heart of Champion. So just so you guys know, if you're interested in looking at stuff like that, that's all that stuff's on there. All that stuff's on there. Let me see. 3-in-1. Look up. 3-in-1 super modified. All right. Let's see. Look that up real quick here. Type in 3-in-1 modified 3. Where's my dash? All right. Okay. All right. I guess that's what this is right here. Is what you were telling me. Facebook page too. So, okay. So let me go back over here. So, is that what you're talking about? sir. You told me about this. Brutal Brandon. Is that what you mean right there? Is that what you're talking about? 3-to-1 super modified. So 3 wheels on one side and 1 on the other. Yeah, that's pretty intricate stuff there, man. I mean, you could build a chassis like that. Damn, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that's quite a challenge there. That's pretty neat. And it's possible, too, with scratch building. No doubt about that. So, all right. Hope I answered your, was able to show you that. All right, let's see. We got more people here. I found the site that has the files for OpenU 3-to-1 modifiers. Gotcha. All right, cool. Cool. Good you did, because I was trying to look for it and I found it finally. Bill, thanks, George. Been looking at car pics tomorrow. Cool. Good. That's a great site. Like I said, if you want to do stuff like that. Hey, Tony Tips, Happy New Year to you too, sir. Thanks for coming. Right. So there you go, man. Just, you know, a lot of different things you could do. The sky's the limit right now because there are current bodies that you could hog out the wheel wells, and then we're gonna have cars that already have the wheel wells hogged out, and you always like get one and like cut it crooked a little, and it'll simulate, just that. You don't have to be perfect. So I mean, uh, not all dirt cars or asphalt cars were not perfect because they were done by people who, you know, wanted to get into it, and then they would do it in their backyard or in the woods or in the barn and make the tires fit and get a saw and just cut the damn thing off and make sure the wheel fits. It didn't, it wasn't to go to a car show. It was a function for it. So, but there you have it. So there are these bodies available, so at SCC. So that's the Nova that you see. That's Pat's car. That's what this is. And then this one right here, the other Showdown build that I have. Those are, you can get those if you want, and make one of those cars in those pictures in that on that Facebook page, Heart of Champions. Not too hard to do. Pat's car wasn't too hard to do either. This stuff right here you can get from Amazon. It's like mesh. You type in mesh, metal mesh, and it should pop up. And of course, the interior is a 3D printed interior. So the interiors that I have that are available at Slot Car Corner as well. There's a lot of them. Oh, I got a lot of them over here on different things. So you have one. This one's bent up a little because it's been sitting in the sun a little. So here's one with a driver. It'll still work, right? Your driver's in there. Maybe a little bit hard to paint the driver, but I mean, nobody's going to be looking in the car going, "Hey man, dude, those goggles are the wrong color." Really? Come on. It's made to have fun. Nobody's going to see you going around a track that way. And then you could get ones without the interior if you want to detail the driver more and worry about what color the goggles are. Then you could, get the driver and then drill your hole and set him in there and position him. So there's a lot of options. It's 3D printing has really made things a lot easier for the new year, because half a year ago we weren't even at this point. Now we're into the new year, and 6 months later we are rolling with just a lot of different things that gives more of the person that wants to build stuff. I mean, all you need is this is all you need. Very simple here. Okay, I want to build the cart. Right. 1 sec here. Give me a second here. Okay. So this is all you need. There's a chassis kit. That's for 132nd. This is to do a Showdown car. A body, interior with driver, and 4-wheel inserts. You're all set to go. That's all you need. All you have to do is do the mesh on the windows, the paint, the decals, and then you'll need plastic shred or whatever you're going to use, wood, to mount the body onto the chassis. This is about, I would say, 2 years ago, none of this existed. We would get pieces and make videos on what parts to get, what to use for wheel inserts, what to use regular steely wheels. I mean, now there's a lot here. This is basically everything you need right here if you want to build a Showdown car for the summer event. And because the winter event is a little bit kind of late if you're going to start now, because you could build a car in 2 weeks, which is possible. You could do it within a week with painting and everything by constantly every day doing it. Staying on it, then it's possible to do it. But that's all you need to do these cars. Right now, we really are continually trying to make it easier, Dave, Harry, and myself, to have the first time builder to get all this stuff. And of course, minus tools, you got to get a soldering, all that stuff, and just make an attempt. And I'm telling you, once you do it, you're just pretty much hooked. It's just you start doing it more and more, and then you're at the point where you got, like behind me over there, that huge case of 125th cars, and then I got 132nd cars all over the place. So it's just, you could do a lot. But anyways, I'm sorry to ramble on about it. I just wanted to open the new year with Pat's car and then show you that stuff, and just kind of, it's a lot of fun, You just imagine yourself being a dirt track racer or an asphalt racer with this, and just this thing's fast. Wow, I'm having fun with this one. Can't wait till Pat gets it on his track. He should have fun with this one. Let me see. Is a comment here? I want the Camaro. Will you guys do a 6970 fastback? Not in the works at the moment, but you would have to go to Slot Car Corner and put a request for that, because then that means I have to see if I could purchase a file and then see if it's a workable file. It's a little bit of a process, but you have to go through Steve at Slot Car Corner. You can email him and make that request, and then he'll pass it on to us, and then we'll see what we could do. But all the bodies are purchased through Slot Car Corner. I do not send any bodies or sell any bodies, because Steve can handle all that very easily, and I'm not going to be sitting here selling bodies because I don't want to do that. So if you want something like that, if you guys request a car, or if there's a current file that we could print up, yeah, but to actually get one designed, that's a whole different thing. That we'll have to wait, but until we get to that car, because there's a lot of cars we want to do. Trust me, we have a list. One of them that I really want to do right away is that 56 Ford that you saw, that baby blue one. That one is freaking cool. And then, the old 50 styles cars that you cannot even get. So, and 3D printing has made it so much easier to do that instead of cast resining with silicone, which is a lot more money and a lot more time consuming, and then they don't last this long. You get 20, 25 pulls max, and then you got to do another mold, so that's another $150. And to me, this is a lot easier. There you go, man. That car that's a quick car. That thing's gonna do pretty well, I think, at home racing world. The race, so Pat will be happy with that. So again, I would request that through Slot Car Corner. Yeah, it looks like a Victoria. So you can see the lights on the Fairlane. You can see the 50. It looks like a 56. So, yep. Thanks, info. Yeah, I shop with Steve. Yeah. Again, just email Steve Saltel, and tell him, hey, I was wondering if I could request, that you do, but remember this. So, people who do request cars, sometimes, and I can tell you this story about this car right here. So this was a special request for this car. Okay, I went and found the file, did a few things testing. I did like 2 prints to make sure it was a good file. It's a decent file. This is available through 3D printables if you want to do it yourself. But this car right here, somebody requested it, and then he goes back to Steve and goes, well, I found it cheaper on eBay. So, if you're gonna do that kind of crap, then I suggest you, you go look at eBay first and buy one there. And I guarantee you, it's probably going to be a real shitty body because I've already looked. Unless somebody's starting to print and sell them, then go ahead and get them from them. But um, I'm just saying that I make sure that I do a quality print and make it as easy as possible to not have to sand so much because these bodies are super smooth because they're done at very tight layers. So 30 layers, and they take long to print. They take about 4 hours. So there's my time and stuff. So, uh, but if you put a request and you commit to it, I'd appreciate you commit to it and not just, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he did. And, Steve wasn't mad. He was like, okay, well, I'll just sell them. I know I'll sell them. But people do that crap. So if you're here on here and you make requests to Soccer Corner for a body, and if you're not going to want to pay the price for it, then I suggest you go look on eBay or get a printer and do it yourself. You go get into it for $800 and start printing your own cards. But you're going to run into pitfalls and all that other stuff that I ran into, and it's a learning curve, trial and fire. I don't care what anybody does. It's just for slot car bodies in particular. There's a certain way of doing and a certain way to do the settings. It's not like doing little Warhammer figures. I don't do any of that stuff. That's a whole other level right there. I'm just doing slot car bodies and wheel inserts, interiors. That's all I want to do. So, I mean, it's just, that's how I look at it. I want that Fury also. That thing looks killer. Yeah, it is. And the bodies are there. I printed, I think, 3 of them. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody's bought any, but it's a good file. You'll have to cut it and stuff, but these are really easy to cut. I've done it already. And, obviously you don't need the mirrors and these little things right here. You can start chopping things off, make it look like a modified. So, but those are available if you want to get those. But again, if you're going to make a request for Slot Car Corner and you're going to pull that crap, I suggest don't even bother requesting. Go to eBay. If you're looking for something cheaper, then by all means do it that way first, because it takes up a lot of my time and his time. This is something that isn't cheap. When we get those 2 cars that we got designed, that was not cheap. And that's it's something that I had somebody message me on Messenger. Hey, can I have that file? It's you know what? Screw you, dude. Are you kidding me? It's like they want shit for free. That took money to make that file. You could buy one at Slot Corner or buy your own printer and wait till they're available later on in the year because they will release that body. It's just it's for ours for a few months before he lets it go on 3D Colts. The guy that designed it for us, but it's just one of those things. I just letting people know if you're going to request the body, I would appreciate you commit to it and not waste Steve's time and my time because it took me like a couple days to be making sure that's a good quality file because I don't want to send a crappy body to you guys. What that'd just be a big turn off to you. So, and that would turn people away from the hobby and scratch building. So it's important that I commit myself to doing a good job on my prints and making sure everything's good and solid and you get a good product. So basically that's it. Quality is important. I do 40K stuff, looking to get the printer Harry just covered for small parts. Yeah, the Anycubic, that's a good little printer. So, oh, really good. George, do you have the ability to scan something and reduce the size? Chris, you don't, in the program, you can reduce the size of stuff. So if you want to make it 1/25th, you can. There's a scale converter. I think we covered this. If you want to make it smaller, you can. Scanners, I do have a scanner. I'm still working with it. You scan the object. I just don't know how to turn it into an STL file because I haven't been reading up more on it. It's a little bit more involved, but it's if you want to get into scanning, you could do that. But that is something that you could, if you want to reduce the size, you could do that in the Cheeto box or whatever program comes with the printers. Because yeah, we've done that. Some of the cars we had were 1/25th, and we reduced them. You just use the model scale converter and convert it to 1/32. You get the measurement of the actual 1-to-1 car, and you put it in there in the formula, and then it tells you what it is in millimeters in length. Now the Showdown cars that we were making them a certain width and a certain height and a certain length. Well, the length we're not really messing with; it's the width. So the cars we've been making them just a tad bit wider, and I'm just make the roof line a little bit shorter to match some of the other cars, so they're kind of more uniform and they look like they've been kind of messed with. we do like a little bit of a wider car. It makes the car handle a little better, obviously, than a narrow one. But anyways, that's all that. I would be embarrassed. Yeah, well, people are people. That's just how it is. But that's why I, s- I say that because I don't want my time wasted or Steve's time wasted for somebody to go, oh, I'll just go to eBay. It's cheaper. I got a big FU for you on that if you can do that crap. Uh, but anyways, it's just how I feel about it. I'm just being honest. And that's the truth about the matter is that this takes time and resin costs money too. And the machines need to be maintenance too. After you use a FEP so many times, you have to replace it. And also the screens are consumables. So the LCD screens, they have a certain lifespan. As soon as they reach that end of that lifespan, they need to be changed. That costs money too. So it's and then if you screw up on a print or you have a print fail and it punctures the FEP, then you have to replace that, and that's a good FEP that got messed up because you didn't check for a failed print. A lot of people will see a failed print and then they'll just say, "Oh, just scrape it off and go again." But I realize that'll damage the screen because whatever large chunk or small chunk is in there that you didn't really clean out, because you should really do a tank clean, drain the resin and filter it back into the bottle, peel that off, wipe it off, inspect the FEP that there's no holes. If it's good, I had to do that the other night with the small printer because I felt something in there and I wasn't taking a chance. It's more work, but in the long run, it's going to save you money. And then everything was fine. I put it back in there, cleaned it up, and put the resin back in, and good to go. Because if that little chunk falls, if it's big enough, that thing compresses the build plate, and all it's going to do is smash that, and it'll smash it into the LCD screen and screw it up. And then you're going to have really bad prints because they're going to come out all really funky because the light is not going through or the pixels are all screwed up. So it's that's what you gotta deal with. So, but all part of it. Got to keep support everyone, keep us going. That's right. That's right. So, well, I don't know if there's any more questions you guys have. I don't know. Just checking the screen here. If anybody has any questions about anything, I just wanted to do this New Year's live to show Pat's car and then talk about you know what's available and what's coming. And we plan on developing more cars. Myself personally, I want to do more. I want to contribute to more of the scratch building stuff because now that we have a just 3D printer capabilities, and now we have designer behind us. Now I could really branch out more. Again, like I said, all the cars you get from like NSR, Revo Slot, I'm guilty of all that. Those cars are wonderful, but in the long run, if you want to build American Iron or something different and something they ain't gonna make, scratch building is your alternative, and 3D printing, defining a body. So it's on like Donkey Kong because you could do your research and if you want to get into it and print your own stuff. uh, it's now we could do a lot more than we couldn't before, and that's the beauty of all this now. And that's why 2025 is going to be the year of really trying to get people more into scratch building cars. And I mean, I have nothing against reviews and all that, but after a while, the same Group C car is kind of like, that's cool, different livery. But I mean, now you have like Scale Electric used to do the nice Trans Am stuff. Now we have Camaros. I have a 69 Camaro file. You can get a Mustang one. I mean, now I have all that. We can make our own Trans Am cars. The hell with Scale Electric. They don't want to. They don't want to make any. They have the mold. I mean, it's really a no-brainer. They should just re-release some cars if they want to make money, but they don't want to do that. Plus, a lot of the stuff is kind of like gone downhill from there. The quality of their cars, I think, have plummeted terribly. And I'll never buy a Scale Electric. The last Scale Electric I bought was the Arteon Senna, John Player Special car, and that's okay, but I need to do more work on it to get it to run the way I want it to. Because once something breaks on that, it's done. And again, that goes back to talking about what a toy grade car is. So a toy grade car is a car you cannot replace parts in it. So I'd be Carrera and Scale Electric. because once it's broken, you can't get parts for it. Whereas NSR and all these other companies, that's a hobby grade because there are replacement parts. That is the difference. So I know people argue, well, it's not a toy grade car. It's still, yeah, it is, because once it breaks, that's it. That's just like those RC cars that are cheap. Once you run them into the brick or something, they break. There's no replacement parts. That's the toy. So that's how I look at it. That's my opinion on that. So, and I stand by that opinion because it's true. But that's the way it is. But I think this year is really the year to really get people into scratch building, get into the showdown, to try and get people involved, because it takes. Well, hello, Jeff G. Like Jeff G with his Spider-Man and his his Mustang. This is a nice looking scratch built cars, man. I had his midget here, that Spider-Man. That thing was fun to drive, and the work he did to it. He took a lot of time to twist the metal to make it look like web. I mean, that's what scratch building is right there, is ingenuity and just thinking of things to make it look cool. And that's what we could do now with 132nd Showdown cars. So, I mean, now we can do a lot more, and I plan on investing more into getting bodies designed and getting more out to you guys. And so this way it's easy for you to just pay, whatever the cost will be, because those bodies will be a little bit more because they're specialty. And, go from there. It's one stop at Stock Car Corner. You have your chassis kit, your interior, your body, your wheel inserts. Okay. We've got everything covered now. All you have to do is just put it together, and not not hard to do. We just made it. We just, Dave, myself, and Harry have tried to make it so much easier. I hate putting interiors together. I still don't like putting interiors together, but now it's a little easier. I don't have to make a playing card. I don't have to make unistrut, excuse me, plastistrut, unistrut. I'm thinking of something else. I have to use a plastistrut like Dave showed in one of his videos a year ago. I think he did a video on it and how to do all that. And Dave has told me, if we could make it easier and do it this way, he says, screw doing it the other way. I'm getting too old for this. I'd rather just do it like this and just detail it, attach it to the body, and done. You don't have to sit there and get a playing card and then get your plastistrut and run it through, cut it, and glue it, and then position your driver, and then make a little dash if you want. That's all over with now. You just buy the printed piece and detail it and smack it up there, and that's it. Very, very easy. Very easy to do. Marty knows I send him some stuff already. I send Marty a Christmas gift. I send him that Maverick. So that Maverick, I don't know if you saw that, Marty, earlier in the live broadcast. There is a picture of a Maverick, of that car right there with the pipes and everything. Let me show it to you. Let me go to, let me see, right here, my pictures. I'm going to show you, Marty. You there? I want you to listen to me here. And let me see. Here it is. Here you go, Marty. There's the car. See? It has the pipes and everything. So, here you go, man. You have that red pepper colored or orange, whatever it is, the color it is. It looks red, but you said it was orange. The pipes are there. All you have to do, it doesn't even have those flares. I would cut them out more like that, but there you have it, man. I'll send you those pictures later on. It even has mom and dad on there. So, I mean, you can make some up there and shoot. That's there you go. That'd be it. You have the ability to make something. So you have 2 cars to build this weekend. You could get it done. You pretty much built other cars, so you pretty much got it down. Soccer dude, Nico, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you like that? Huh? That does look cool. I thought you'd like that picture. So I showed it to you. Slot car dude. Slot car wild man. Slot car wild man. I meant to say slot car wild man. Gonna see how you doing there. So again, guys, there's just yeah, it says 392 stroker on that. Again, it's just I'm here to just really promote more scratch building and just doing more. I just think that we need more people to go in that direction instead of just buying a factory car. But you could do both. I can tell you one thing: once you build one car, you'll just be more addicted to it because, that's just what happens. But hey, Jay, man. Oh, but really happy with Pat's car. Like I said, I think it runs good. It's a fast runner, I'll tell you that. Fast running car. We could turn the timer on actually. Let's see and make it announce while you can hear it. The times. Let me get TrackMate. TrackMate open. There we go. And we're in the red lane. So we're gonna start it up. Let me turn up the volume so you can hear lap times. You can probably hardly see it over there. Let's see if this will. All right. All right. I'll turn it up a little bit more. I'm gonna get it kind of loud so you can. Actually, you won't be able to hear it to the mic at all. I don't know if you can see a little bit on the screen there, but probably can't because I don't have the camera on added to it. Head pointing at it. 2.5, 2.48, 2.464 best lap, 2.442, 2.428, 2.395, ooh, lost time there. Ooh, still spinning out. Tires probably need to be cleaned now. So 2.395 is the best lap time so far on the red lane. It's still freaking got a lot in it. Damn it, keeps slipping there. Ah, come on. It looks like 2.395 is the best lap. There you go, 2.395 in the red lane. Pat's gonna have a pretty quick car. This is pretty good. Looks really good. Looks really good. So let's see what this is. Tony Tim said here. Hi, Marty. Tried to stay up last night for your live. Couldn't do it. Enjoyed it though. Yeah, Marty had a good live last night, and he didn't think a lot of people were gonna show up. I told him, dude, there's a lot of people gonna show up. It's New Year's Eve. Nobody's gonna be going out and drinking. I don't even do that crap. I stay home. I was building a slot car 5 minutes before midnight, so I mean, really. So he had a lot of show up. He had like about, I think it was like about almost 90 people, over 90 people show up. Marty has a good live. That's why I like him doing them, because I think they are the best way to do it. So he has it down good, and he's just very interactive with the people and people that are on there. And it's really popular, so it's nice to go there and just chat and just listen to what's going on. He's very connected with the community. But there you go. So Pat's car 2.395 is the best lap in the red lane. So I think it's ready to go. I got to work on mine. The blue Camaro. Technically, I have a Showdown car in there already, but the Demon, which will be there probably today. But I'm gonna work on this one, so should be good. Yeah, he is a natural. That's for sure. That's for sure. But all right, any more questions from you guys? I'm gonna probably close it out. It's been almost an hour. That's all I wanted to do. But I wanted to do Happy New Year 2025, and show Pat's car off and talk about scratch building more. And that's my New Year's resolution, is to get more people involved in scratch building and to have more things available so people are encouraged to do it, especially first timers. Because once you do it once, you will continuously do it over and over again because it's fun. So anyways, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And again, as always, you take care and have fun racing.